got to be starting something.
Come on.
You should put that on the soundboard.
I think the estate would.
Oh, shit.
But
Wow.
you can do Chris Tucker doing it in Rush Hour.
I could. I could
Yeah.
probably get Chris Tucker's version, and I'd probably be fine.
Mm.
Yeah. What is your favorite Chris Tucker film? And is just Rush Hour probably.
I'm like, I don't know if I've seen any others.
Some people would be like, "It's Friday, you fucking idiot."
Oh, yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
I still like Rush Hour more, I think, though.
Well, yeah, it's because of how we were raised.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were
Hollywood Video, that was like,
yeah.
okay, let's go back to that one. Let's go back to wherever that was on the shelf.
Oh man, I'm just like, do I do Jackie Chan?
No.
So yeah,
I don't think so. I vote no.
I'll second that.
I'll do it. I'll wait till you guys leave.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, but yeah, Friday I'm sure is a lot of people's first for Chris Tucker. And yeah, we probably are in the minority there.
Yeah. Well,
why am I cutting in?
Cutting
in and out.
Slipping through my fingers.
Slipping on my toes.
Kim.
I'm so short. Yes.
Sorry you can't see me because of this Santa hat, but
It's
just
okay.
just pretend like
It
you
looks
can
like
see.
it's on you.
Just pretend
actually.
like you can see me.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, motherfuck.
What? Yep.
How are we doing, folks? I'm Eric Anderson. I am your host of Worst Impressions with Eric Anderson. I've got a special guest here today. It's going to be awesome. It's Cam Gradel.
What is up?
Am I saying that right? Cam Gradel.
Yes, you're one of the very few who like get it right off the jump.
Wonderful. Yeah. And to my left, I also have back. He is a veteran wimp of the sauce, Mitchell Voorhees.
Hello.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Veterans Day.
I'm not a veteran. I should say that. I haven't served in the military.
In this room, you've served.
Yes,
though.
I serve in every room.
The valor is strong with this one. Thank you, Cam, for being here. If you want to support the show, don't forget to join the Patreon. Patreon for Worst Impressions with Eric Anderson. You get the episodes early. You get to help support this growing show. It's a lot of fun. You get to join the Discord. And if you want to support the show for free, please just share the show. Share it with your friends, your loved ones, whichever. Share the link. Share it with everybody. That's the easiest and freest way you can support this show. If you're a fan, if you're getting these hours of content, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You should put it in like an internet virus.
Yeah.
LimeWire.
That is honestly my next. I've been working on that, Mitchell.
Yeah, malware.
Yeah. But I was a big malware guy in the early aughts.
Yeah, we could make a worm.
Yeah. A worm.
You gotta get that Norton virus protection.
Did you guys ever get any viruses on your computers?
Fuck yeah.
Somehow
we'll get to you. Cam, did you get any viruses in your computers?
You know, is this wood? I'm gonna knock on wood. I can't recall.
It's something.
I don't want to
That's
claim
crazy.
that. I don't want to claim that. Thankfully,
You don't want to claim that you got a virus?
I don't want to claim that like energy. I don't want that to come my way.
You got it.
I don't want a virus.
Mitchell, how's your virus situation?
So I downloaded LimeWire against my mother's wishes. I downloaded like pretty much the Pussycat Dolls' entire discography Katy Perry's Teenage Dream.
How long did that take?
Not LimeWire was amazing. Not very long at all.
What?
Yeah, and then like promptly the next day, our computer would not function.
It just fully bricked.
Yeah, it was
I
terrible.
was like, I guess I can build a wall with this.
Yeah.
Golly.
I know.
Man.
That's back when I had like an iPod Nano when they made 1 gigs, and I could
Uh-huh,
only fit
uh-huh.
250 songs in my
Only.
whole library. So I had
Yeah.
to make sure it was very carefully curated.
Yeah,
I think Conga was the first song in the library. So anytime I opened it, it went straight to
what's
"Come much I give out of it, do that
Yeah.
conga."
Oh.
Yeah,
oh
the one and only.
the literal conga,
Yeah.
titular.
I had Happy Birthday in mind. Yeah, I want to say like the iPod Shuffle had what 75 songs worth of space. Like it was
Brutal.
low. So you're just listening, and I was not downloading them illegally at the time. So I had like
The gift cards.
I had 15 songs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, and I just ran those bitches through.
I would go to my neighbor who was British. That's not important, but he was.
He was a spy.
Yeah, and I would just show up with like 300 bootlegged songs and be like, please put this on my iPod. Like my mom would just
Oh,
be
he
like,
would
go
show
get
you?
him to do it. No, he wouldn't show me. I was like just making him do it for me.
He's smarter than us.
Yeah.
He's got an accent.
I love that.
Yeah. He did do it though. It worked.
That's awesome. Well, Cam, we got to introduce you to WIMP Nation. Tell us about yourself. How do we know you first before we get to your birth?
Oh,
We're going back to
uncomfortably too far back.
back to basics.
But we went to college together, and
Ew.
we did theater. We did theater together.
Even grosser.
Even grosser. But yeah, I think
Are you embarrassed that you were a theater kid ever? Do you ever like cringe as you say it? Because I don't. Well, that's not true.
I would say 70% of the time, no,
You do not cringe.
I don't cringe.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
The other 30 is like, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
You just omit it. It's like I was a student.
But then I have to remind myself, I'm one of the theater kids that like I enjoy that aren't like entirely obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Well, 'cause-
okay, I know myself, and like
Yeah.
I feel comfortable in saying I was a theater kid.
Well, the good, like the best like dancers are the least annoying theater kids usually. You know,
Yeah, to
they're
be
like
clear,
the cool ones of if there were such a thing.
Yeah.
And that is because Cam, you are a dancer, right?
Yeah, I'm a dancer first.
We would call you a dancer first.
I was
And
like
you
the
are-
dancer girl of the group, I would say.
yeah,
100%.
for sure. So that's where we know you. And where were you born? And what is your social security number?
I was born right here.
652. Go on.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm like, I don't even know if I can remember it right this moment.
Do I know it? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my notepad and see if it's written down over there somewhere.
Okay, don't tell
But-
people where it's.
And you shouldn't write your social security number down.
It's not written down. Oh my gosh. I was born in Waco, Texas. Yeah, that's more embarrassing than saying I'm a theater kid.
Okay, that I take offense to that.
Were you born here, Eric?
You fucking no. I was born in Temple, Texas.
He's not even a fucking Wacoan.
Ooh.
You fucking fraud. You fucking piece of shit.
I was born in Paris, Texas.
Fancy.
Bali.
Let's go on.
Bali.
European.
Vanilla Ice was too.
Wow.
Was he
In
really?
good company.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Robbie Van Winkle. Anyways, sorry.
I do remember you telling me that. I was
Yeah,
just
that's-
like, oh, okay.
That and Shangela.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the only two. Which,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll circle back.
yeah.
So growing up, Cam,
Mhm.
were you always artistic? Did you get shoved into dance, or did you want to do dance at an early age, or what?
Well, I do have an older sister, who hopefully is watching this. But she was put into dance before I arrived because she could not sit still.
Okay.
And so once I came along, I wanted to just do everything my sister was doing, like most little sisters, tend to do. So I was put in it, but I
Nice.
thoroughly enjoyed it, and I didn't know any different because I was 3. Yeah, I was 3 years old.
Right. What, and did you stick out the whole time? Did you stop and come back to it at any point?
No, 15 years, like, straight.
And then
And
after,
it-
like,
yeah,
so it just never stopped.
It has never stopped.
Interesting.
I don't even want to count how many years that's been.
Wow.
What's
Yeah.
your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, fierce. Cute.
I would say I, like, through and through, like,
Aquarius.
identify as an Aquarius. Like, most of the stuff on,
Mhm.
like, I don't know, all the Instagram memes and whatever, I'm like, no, that's true.
Eric, what's yours?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh.
No, God! No, God!
I like
please.
Geminis.
I find Geminis, I really get along with them, or I really don't. Like,
Yeah.
you're
usually get
in
along
either
with them.
camp.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All the other
Hmm.
Geminis I know are lesbians, and they're fierce.
Mm.
They're great.
We shop at the same stores.
Yeah, totally.
Same clothes. So yeah, I'm with them. So Cam, we're going. What did you want to do when if somebody was to ask you what you wanted to do when you were a kid, like for a profession, did you say dancer or did you say something else?
I distinctly remember, like, in kindergarten, someone asking me this, and my favorite class at school was, like, art, and all, we just did, like, watercolors or whatever, and I was like, oh, I want to be an artist, thinking, like, oh, I just love to paint,
Right.
But then, like, the older I got, I would say up to maybe, like, junior high, maybe middle school, around that age, I was like, I'm going to be a forensic scientist.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And
Nice.
and I always loved dance, but you never think, like, oh, that's a profession. Like, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You do forensic scientry and then do dance on the side,
But or at the same time.
or at the same time.
Did you
sure.
were you
Yes.
watching like Bones or something?
I was watching Forensic Files.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
nonstop, episode after episode after episode. But then I would say, like, my freshman year of high school is when I really was like, no, like, there's nothing else but dance. Like, that's
Really? Okay.
that's that.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way forward but that.
Nice.
You're a very talented dancer.
Yes,
thank
that
you.
should be known. Yeah, that very, very good, very awesome, very like I bet it's more because I've seen videos of it lately.
Mhm.
But the thing is, like, I bet you're better than you were when we were hanging out all the time.
I better be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and even back then, we were like, holy shit,
Oh,
that's
thank you.
that's something that always stuck out. Just like, no, Cam is the best one.
Oh, yeah.
that we have, and so yeah, I imagine that's just only gotten crazier. Does it stand true? So now where are you at? Where
so
you living?
I'm in New York.
You're in New York.
I'm in New York.
You flew down
Cup
to
of
me from New York.
coffee, water.
You bring us a hot dog.
What my bag?
It's funny because, like, I'm here. When I come visit here long enough, I go back and they're like, you went home, didn't you? Like, I don't know if the vowels change. And then when I'm there long enough and I come back here, I don't know. I can hear it. I can hear it kind of flip flop.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have any like friends with like strong New York accents?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple, like, coworker friends that they are like, I can't even, like, do it, but it's like, they're just, like, born and raised in, like, Long Island. Or
Yeah.
Long
New
Island.
York.
They're probably like, that's not even how we talk. Talk. They say talk.
Oh, talk. Oh, yeah. Coffee
Oh my-
talk. I get it. Yeah, coffee
It's like
talk with the
they sound
you know,
just like
slather on
Yeah.
some cream cheese on us. You know what I'm saying?
Schmear.
Schmear. Yeah,
Schmear.
Schmear. Schmear. Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Wow.
God, I lost my bags. Well, we're getting more towards
Boston.
my bags.
Yeah, it's like big. It's like bag.
Bag.
Yeah, bag.
Big.
Then you get into like Connecticut territory, and like that's like a whole
dude, and I
Bitch,
do
I
not,
don't know.
I do not fuck with Connecticut. Dude. I do not. That we are an anti-Connecticut podcast.
I can't imagine like being in New England long enough to like know what a fucking Connecticut accent is. Because
Yeah.
to me, like they don't even fucking exist.
I don't think I would know, but one of my best friends is like born and raised from Connecticut,
There's
and
only,
like
there's only
her and her whole
25
family,
states.
Yeah.
they just have such. It's just it's all in the vowels,
Mhm.
and we need a particular professor here to really dissect that. What part of the mouth those things come from?
Oh,
But
do not say their name.
I do. Yeah.
No,
I
no,
do
no,
know
no.
which
I-
professor.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, I would say freshman year, I was like, I'm gonna do dance. I don't know how. I like went to LA a couple times. I like begged my mom. I was like, Mom, like please, I want to go dance in LA.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want to be on tour with somebody. I want to do this, that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over there like twice maybe. And I was like, I love the level that dance is at over here, but I don't see myself living in LA.
Mhm.
And then I was
Right,
like,
right.
okay. Then I was like, oh, what about New York? New York has more theater.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kind of like that, but I never like looked into it like that. And then I think I don't know. I won't spend too much time thinking, but at some point I visited New York, took my first class up there, and I was like, no, like this feels
Mhm.
like the place.
Right.
Like, definitely feels like the place.
It's so cool.
it is cool.
I tried to go there after high school. I tried to get in to college there.
Mhm.
Didn't work out in my favor, but it was for the best.
yeah.
But even that trip, I was like, no, I got to end up here.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you
So-
did.
So yeah,
It's fierce.
exactly.
Go
yeah.
fight, win.
Yeah,
Mhm,
that-
mhm.
you did the thing. Was there anything? Were you scared moving up there at all?
I don't think so. I think because the like 2 or 3 trips I had taken before, I was like, no, like it felt right every time
Mhm.
I went. Like
Mhm.
I figured out the trains fairly early on.
Yeah.
I felt like everyone's like, oh, it's so busy, it's so crazy. And I'm like, I feel a part of it, so it doesn't feel as threatening as maybe it might to others. You either really love it and want to be there, or you really can't be there longer than like a week.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Overwhelming.
I
I could see myself seeing it as overwhelming.
Over under for how many rats you see a week?
Yeah, the rats.
A week?
Yeah.
Hang
Or
on,
should
let's
we-
do a day first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do a
Fucking
day.
hell.
Let's do a day.
Jesus Christ.
I would say I leave my apartment to go to the train. I'd say maybe 3.
3 a day.
I would say like to the train, waiting for the train. There's 3 already.
Oh,
there.
okay. Oh, you just woke up and you saw 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
So I shake them off of me.
Yeah.
I wake up and I shower and I shake them off.
it's so
I
sad
rinse
though.
the rats out of my hair.
It's so sad. The ones in the train, like
Mhm.
in like the bottom where like the rails are, it's like some of them have like feet missing. Some of them have like their intestines coming out of their
but
backside.
What are they gonna do? They're from New York. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it's like you're gonna get mad at him because he's got a 3-toed sloth of a snake over there. I mean, a rat. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
what are you
not-
gonna do?
A 3-toed
A
sloth
sloth of a snake.
of a rat.
Please. Okay, so those are 3. That's 3 off
Okay.
the jump, and then
It's 9 a.m. We've seen 3.
and then I go to work.
How
There's
long
no,
is this gonna take? You know, like ballpark over under.
Okay, I'm gonna say 8. I'll say 8.
8.
Eight
Wait,
in a day?
I want to know where the other ones are
Okay,
encountered
go
at.
for it. No,
They-
I'm not telling you to stop. I'm just saying, like, Jesus Christ. No, I'm just saying.
I think as it gets darker and like a lot of the restaurants put their trash out on the curb,
yeah.
they're more like active running across the sidewalks at
Yes.
nighttime.
The sanitation department, they got a lot of traffic they got to go through. And back in my time doing doing sanitation,
You sound like a Tony.
well,
Oh, yeah.
I think it's also the chain.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Tony.
don't know what you want me to say.
You call everyone sweetheart.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Jesus, sweetheart. Yeah, Jesus.
Have
I'd
a
be like
good day.
I'd be like a Jimmy.
Pan-
Like, what are you doing?
Panettone, you know what I'm saying? Bow tie,
Everyone-
Bertoli.
Everyone
you know what
with
I'm
dark
saying?
hair is like either a Tony,
Yeah.
Giuseppe,
Giuseppe.
Mike.
Yeah.
like something very.
Oh, yeah, Mike. I'm just like thinking of the people in The Godfather. That's, like,
Yeah.
They even live in New York in that movie.
I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Okay, I was trying to remember.
But where are these other rats?
So 8 rats.
Well-
Well, she said the rest of them are on
I
the
would say
sidewalk.
the rest of them
Okay.
would be more on the commute home.
yeah.
And just out at night because it's nighttime and there's less
Yeah.
danger for them.
You open up a clamshell Big Mac box and there's 4 more rats in there.
Yeah.
When I was 12, I saw a rat in New York and I was like, oh my God, this is like,
This is
like,
it.
this is fucking
It's
New
famous.
York.
He's
Like,
famous.
literally, yeah.
It's like then you get to the point where like now you have to be aware because you might step on one because they might run across the sidewalk
Oh my god.
as you're stepping. And I would say more of them, I count them at night as well because I take like walks after work because I'm trying to get my 10,000 steps a day.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure.
And if I don't meet it at work, I'm like, well, I gotta walk to 81st Street
Yeah.
to get to the train. But I don't know. It's getting colder, so I don't know. See where the rats go.
Do you feel like sorry, we're spending so much time on rats.
No, I love it. They're my friends.
They're like squirrels for you now? Like, because
Yeah.
I see a squirrel and I'm like, oh my God, fuck a squirrel. Do you feel like it's like that for you? Like you don't care? Or is it still jarring?
I think it's if they get too close to my foot, then
Okay.
it's jarring.
Well, yeah.
Otherwise, no.
Okay.
I'm
then
like, oh,
it is
like they're smarter than any of us.
well,
right
if a
now.
squirrel touched my foot, I'd be like, fuck. Like, so that,
You ever been bit?
Not yet. I have had. I've lived in 2 apartments with mice inside, so not
Yeah.
rats, but the mice.
They're mice. They're
Oof.
little brothers.
mice are scary because like you'll just like see them out of the corner of your eye, like fly across your carpet
Yeah,
or your hardwood floors or whatever you're fucking
it was
with.
like whatever apartment I was in right before COVID happened. I had 4 other roommates, all guys.
Mhm.
I will not do that again.
Mm.
But
They're
we
disgusting.
each had like a snack shelf, and one of the guys' snack shelf was like the second to the bottom. And my mom was like visiting and helping me like clean stuff, and she was like picks up his bag of chips and like
There's, like,
shows him there's all these little like black specks like in the bottom of the bag.
Where they just been like swimming in it.
No, that's their poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, swimming, eating the chicharrones. And he freaked out.
Dude. You
Totally cute.
had some ratatouille situation, just like there's like making.
Yeah, he was taking like one bite of a gusher and one bite of a chicharron, and he's like, oh, they was doing the symphony.
Flavor blasted.
But it's funny because I was the one that had to like, okay, we're gonna call the super. We're gonna organize when they're gonna come. Like I was the one that had to be home to let them. I'm like, these guys didn't even care. Like,
Dude.
it was a bunch of their poop behind the dishwasher,
Yeah.
and the guy plugged the hole, whatever, and he just pushed the dishwasher right back. I'm like, you didn't even let me clean out from behind there.
I had
That's
an
disgusting.
apartment in Austin that had so many rats. It was
Ooh.
insane.
No.
And I found out because one night I was sleeping and I heard banging in the living room. Like,
I'm not
like
banging.
banging, girl.
No.
And I'm like texting my roommate, like, is that you? And she's like, no.
No.
And the kitchen is like between our 2 rooms. So we both come out and we're like going. I shit you not. There's a rat that has got my loaf of bread off the top of the fridge. And
Please
the
stop.
banging is he's dragging it
Like a corpse.
underneath
Yeah.
but the bread is hitting on the dishwasher because it's too tall.
That rat
So
is
he's
not from New York.
He's just smashing the bread on the dishwasher over and over again.
I said more bread, please.
And then we learned that he was providing for an extensive family.
No.
I actually moved out. But I did.
So I left.
Yeah, I did kill a couple of them with a hammer, though.
No.
God damn.
I had to. I was fighting for my life.
That's terrifying.
Well, he was stuck in a glue trap, and I had to end it for him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sad.
Sorry, that got really dark.
Ugh.
Sorry, PETA.
Oh, so
Y'all ever kill a rat with it?
Boy,
no, not unless I sever all of its arms and legs first,
Yeah.
and then staple it to a wall.
No.
So, anyways, where were we?
That's rats.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So you've been in New York for a long time now.
like 8 years.
8 years. So
Yeah.
when do you get to call yourself a New Yorker, or do you get to call yourself that already?
I've
Like,
heard 10 years. I've heard 12 years.
Oh, okay.
10 or 12.
You're
I'm going to
not like
say
you're like a
10.
junior, you're an apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a
Junior
journeyman.
varsity.
Yeah, JV.
Yeah.
They're still, duct taping you to the wall in the locker room and stuff.
Plushies.
Do you feel like
swirlies,
it's
whatever.
as dangerous as people think it is?
No.
That's good.
I had to like really think about that for
Yeah,
a second.
the pause was alarming, but
I heard gunshots from New York all the way here during that pause.
And I have stories that I'm sure would probably negate my answer I just gave.
Yeah.
But I think if you take account of like, there's like how many million people that live in that one city, I think the crime is probably, the crime per capita is probably this. Maybe I don't know. Let me not misspeak on stats. I don't know.
No, you can because we have no idea.
I would say it's not as dangerous as people would think. A lot of my like boomer aunts, uncles, whoever, that's like the first thing they asked me at Thanksgiving. I'm like,
not to be a boomer.
Just like just mind your business. People who get in like situations 8 times out of 10 weren't minding their business.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because Austin honestly was like a lot crimier, I feel like, than people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, it felt crazy. Like I was like, it is actually going down here all of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get that because I feel like people just have misconceptions, but people feel like Austin's safe, and it's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're like on 6th Street, and also I feel like New York has tighter gun laws. Do they? I don't know, but people are just
definitely tighter than here.
Yeah, people are just.
It's like, you want to bring one to school? Sure.
6th Street, people just whip that shit out all the time. It's
I don't,
scary as
I don't
fuck.
like that.
No,
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
let's all get our guns out.
yeah, I was gonna. That was my next question, dude. Cam, we got to get into the nitty gritty of this.
All
The
right.
show is called Worst Impressions. Do you have an impression or a voice of someone, a character, a person in your life that you like to do in the shower, on the train, to yourself? Any voices you like to do?
Oh gosh, I was really trying to like perfect one before I came here,
You don't have to
and
have one.
I
You don't have
just
to have
I don't want to do anyone a disservice, not even a comedic one. I'll just imaginary Tony, whoever Tony is.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
All the Tonys of the now let me not say wild.
All the Tonys of the world.
There's so many Tonys of the world.
That's kind of giving a. Have you seen Newsies, like the movie
Have I seen
with
fucking
Christian
Newsies?
Bale?
Hell yeah.
Pulitzer and Hoist.
Yeah.
They think we're nothing. No.
There you go.
I guess
There
that's
you go.
maybe okay. That's it.
No, there you go.
Please sing Santa Fe in full right now.
In the style of Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry, the actor.
You can say Christian Bale. He's
Yeah. He is my friend.
You know what? The dancing sticks out to me more than you remember that little lasso solo he had, and he just kind of chugged, and it was like, wow,
I
this
feel
is
like
so good.
I was gonna say I feel like people doing like this is like half the movie.
Kenny Ortega is to thank for that.
And for those listening, that is like a shoulder shrug
Oh, yeah.
situation.
Oh.
Like
Oh
a-
yeah.
Chug.
Is that called a chug?
Yeah, what's
with the
the
feet. The feet that just like kind of scoot forward.
That's
a chug. So it's not
Okay.
fully like a jump or a hop.
It's like,
mhm.
yeah, okay. That's what makes it hip hop.
Boom ah.
Yeah.
Boom ah. and ah. And ah. I recommend everyone watch that video.
It's so funny.
What?
Have you seen it, Eric?
Dana,
what
is her
video is
name
this?
Dana?
Yeah. It's like this lady, like a mid-30s white lady giving a hip hop tutorial in the early 2000s.
She's got like a pixie cut. She's got this like
Wearing like
blue,
gachos or something.
I don't even want to say soccer jersey. It's just giving
It's
like
like-
soccer referee
It's like
kind
a
of
big
shirt.
Hanes like sweatshirt jersey thing.
She's like, I'm Dana and this is hip hop.
Yeah.
Boom ah. Boom
Yeah.
ah.
Like that's what makes it hip hop.
Oh, I feel like I've heard that
Yeah.
cadence. That's what makes it hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
because
I've
it's
heard
like a huge meme now.
Yeah. I've definitely heard that before.
Yep.
Heard that before. So That's your worst impression. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh,
Good
thank you.
job.
That really took so much. It took so much. Thank you.
Because I know you were nervous about that. Oh, were you nervous? Were you nervous about coming on the show at all? Besides that,
No.
because I was so pumped when you were like, well, that you wanted to do it. And I'm pumped when anybody says they want to do it because I'm like, oh shit, okay, sweet, fuck yeah, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't seen each other in so long.
Yes.
Probably been 10 years or more.
10 years.
10,
My God.
10
crazy.
years or more. So it is awesome. It is awesome to see you doing well.
Thank you.
You're not covered in rats. You do have a few rats on you.
Got some scars.
You brought some from New York.
I have more rat questions. No,
And just before we go any further, I just need you to know there's a park that's like near my house. And
it's called Central
No,
Park. I
not
don't know
that
if you've
one.
ever-
Not that one. But I do walk around to get my steps in, like we talked about earlier. And
Mhm.
I this podcast is on, like, there's like 3 podcasts
shit.
that I rotate
Fierce.
around, and I'm
Really?
like,
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
yeah. So I was
Sweet.
like, oh yeah, I
Name
do it.
every guest.
Some of them I'm like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
Start with episode 1, please.
Oh,
We are nearing. I know I talk about a benchmark every fucking episode, but we are nearing like literally 1 year of it, which is cool.
That's fierce.
I love that. Yes.
But yeah, so you are kind of helping cap off the full first year of it.
Wow.
Keep cutting. Am I cutting in and out for you guys?
A little bit.
What the hell is
Oh,
going on?
not
here?
really.
Not really.
Not for me.
Okay, good. Maybe it's just my head.
I just have really good hearing. No, I'm kidding. I don't fucking know.
But no. Interesting.
Do I sound like I'm in and out? Because I feel like I'm in and out too.
Turn everybody up. But yes, so yeah, 1 year. That is awesome to hear that you have been listening to. It's always good to. That makes me feel. I'm going to be writing that compliment for a long time.
Oh, no, it's great. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
What is your favorite dance move?
Oh.
What questions to ask a dancer?
What was that's a dancer? My favorite dance move.
Yeah, what's your favorite one?
Not all of them have names.
They
So
don't?
no.
Tell me about it.
It's a common misconception that it's like, oh, like teach me a move,
I
like
know.
do a move, and I'm
know.
like,
So this is not. I know. I am asking a bad question.
no, it's no,
On
no,
purpose.
no question is bad.
but
I think.
Well,
That's not true.
That's not true. So
Every question is bad.
if you were to teach, like if you were, and I feel like you do this, if you were to teach some beginners,
Mhm.
what style, what song are you gonna go for first?
What genre am I teaching you?
Sure. Well, are you asking me?
Yeah, like what kind of dance?
Let's do hip. Are you yours at hip hop? Right? Is your biggest?
Yes, hip hop and theater, which are weirdly colliding.
I was gonna ask.
Not
you-
weirdly at all, but
Right.
they're
Yeah.
definitely
No,
colliding.
eye rollingly. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. No, but I
Okay,
was
beginning hip hop.
Yeah.
I would say you really have to feel the music a little bit, which sounds easy, but there's so many like kids and or beginners that like rhythm and like just groove do not come naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Okay.
think
Shots fired.
I'll give you like I'll give you 2 answers. Like let's say we're going across the floor. Let's say the song. I'm trying to think of the song. That was also part of the question.
Yeah, it was a messy amalgam of a question.
I'll come back to the song, but I
Amalgam.
think you just need to like step together like all the way across, but it needs to have like bounce.
Mm-hmm.
You need to like
Okay.
learn how to like lean the shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
bend the knees.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we get that going, we can add here's the name of one. It's called a Bart Simpson. Do you know either of you know what a
Ooh.
Bart Simpson is?
I know who
You've
Bart
probably
Simpson
seen
is.
it.
Eat my shorts.
And if you're not watching this right now, I'll try my best to explain it. But
Okay.
you're gonna like slide one way, and you're gonna like drag your arms the opposite way, and then when you step together, they like make that field goal.
Oh,
So
like
they go
this.
slide. Yeah, that's the Bart Simpson.
Mm.
Period.
Mm-hmm. I do know that. I hit that one. I be hitting the Bart
Simpson. Yes.
I don't dig very deep for that one when I'm pulling out my tools.
And I'm like, okay, what song would go with the Bart Simpson?
Yeah, what song? Is it something from the Soldier Boy?
I would say
Criterion
beginner.
Collection.
Unfortunately, beginner, we have to take the tempo kind of slow. I would probably say Get Right by J-Lo.
Mm-hmm.
Get right before the night. You know that one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling it.
I hear it in my head.
Yeah. And also, like, my brain, when I teach like beginner hip hop, it's so geared towards what's a clean song I can use. So that's like a whole nother layer of like, oh shit.
Yeah. I always forget about.
We can't do
children.
Nuck If You Buck. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I would love to.
My niece and my nephew really fuck with Nuck If You Buck.
They
though.
should.
Yeah.
Everybody should.
No, yeah. They know so many crazy songs.
Like, is it Crime Mob? Is that
Mhm.
the, like just
Yeah.
their whole discography?
Yeah.
Mm.
My sister I think plays like crazy music for them.
Expose them
Let's
early.
get pumped for
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. So, okay. I guess a perfected version of not even a perfect version of the question I had before. Favorite dance move that is like a meme or like a TikTok trend. Do you have one of those?
A trend.
Like, what is your favorite dance trend that has happened if you have one?
a good one.
Wonderful question. The first one that comes to mind, I guess it's more like 2020. So this is like kind of dated, not really new.
Everybody's sad.
I think a lot of people
Everybody was very sad.
I think a lot of people picked up, at least on my algorithm, a lot of people
Mhm.
were learning like random skills and such, but like shuffling is a genre of dance. And I think
Okay.
because, you know, when people film themselves dancing, it's usually, you know, you only have a certain like frame.
Yeah, vertical.
It's like
shot.
shuffling is more of like, I don't even call it the rave scene because that's probably not even like
I know it.
correct. But you
But
know,
yeah,
it looks like
no,
the
it is.
Running Man.
Yeah, no, I know what shuffling is.
Okay.
Because I worked with rave kids that did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said
I just thought it
Running
was
Man
so
and
cool.
I latched
It is
on.
fierce.
I latched onto that. I don't know anything besides running.
They do it. It is like definitely widely done at like EDC for sure. But it does
Yes.
do well on TikTok too because a lot of times the camera for dancing is on the ground and
I
it's
agree.
like foot focused.
Yes.
So
I also
it is, and it looks cool from the ground too.
I'm like,
Interesting.
that's crazy how they can move so like smooth across the floor.
Mhm.
Part 2 of that question, I also love that like the Vogue scene has like I mean, it has been for the past few years, but I'm glad it's like really having its moment.
Okay.
And
Have you been
hopefully
to a
we'll,
ball?
huh?
Have you been to a ball? Do they have
I think
ball?
I've been to one ball.
Oh my god.
I
They're so
know.
fun.
I know, I've
love
only
a
been to
ball.
one.
Yeah. If we ever go back to Austin at the same time, we can go. There's some good ones in Austin. They're fun.
And you need to come to New York.
I do need to come to New York because
Yes.
you
To
should have
New
been to more
York.
balls. From
I
New
know.
York. That's
I
you're
know.
like that's the homeland.
They
of them.
just like start so late and my
Yeah, they
body's
do.
like
They'll-
shutting down
It'll
by
say
that
like
time.
10:30 on the flyer, and they'll fully start at midnight.
One.
Midnight
Yeah.
one. It's like whenever whoever's emceeing like shows up. Usually,
Lies. I've been to 2. One of them, I'm gonna see if either of you know this. Okay, so I went to the Latex Ball, which is like the biggest,
Yeah.
like free one. I
Yeah.
went to the one.
did you walk?
You
didn't wanna walk? Oh, okay.
No, I'm there. No, I'm there to respect the
Yeah.
professionals.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen the video of Honey doing
Balenciaga?
doing the dive roll over
Oh wait.
the
yes.
famous one.
Yes.
I was there for that ball.
That's
It
fierce.
was at Terminal 5. I was up on the top level and I
Uh-huh.
couldn't see, so I was on the floor looking down through people's feet. But I like it was so iconic. I didn't leave till like
That's
4:30.
insane that you were there.
Yeah, I was there for that one, and I was like, I had those videos in my phone for like a long time,
Yeah.
and then I lost them when I like switched phones at some
Well,
point.
thankfully, there's 500 million videos of that moment.
Yes.
Because it's so
immortalized.
viral.
Yes, I did see it with my own eyes, and like
That's crazy.
It was amazing.
That's history, truly.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Did you see Renaissance?
like the
Like the
actual
tour?
show.
That I got to see Honey Balenciaga. That's the only reason I thought of that, because that was the only time I've ever seen her in my life.
I think they were Honey LaBeija at the time of the die roll. The die roll over.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
Is Aja like the mother of the House of LaBeija now?
I have no idea.
I don't want to misspeak. I'm sorry.
3 words ago, I've been lost.
I don't think so, but I won't misspeak. I don't know.
Balls are a queer culture. They're like events where they have different categories, and then people will walk them. And they're Black queer culture, actually. They started like so Black queer people could have like their own space, like their own pageant sort of thing, because they weren't accepted in a lot of those other spaces. But yeah, so they'll have like an MC, and then they'll have categories. So you'll be walking like businesswoman realness or whatever, and they would come out in their outfit and do their walk, and then
like face, sex siren, butch queen.
But yeah, they have all these different categories, and then they walk them, and then they get trophies and stuff like that. It was a big deal. There's a documentary about it called Paris is Burning. That's incredible.
That's a required watch.
It really is a required watch. It has one of my favorite quotes ever, which is they're like, "Where's your mother?" He's like, "I don't have a mother." It's so funny.
It's like a 12, just like on
literally,
the street.
he's like 12 and on the streets of New York, and they're like, "Where's your mother?" He's like, "I don't have a mother." But yeah, that's amazing though.
That is cool.
Yes.
That is cool.
We must go to a ball together.
Yes.
I feel like we
please.
would queen out.
I'm gonna need a nap before, but
Yeah.
I'll
Honestly,
Are
yeah.
you an early bedtimer? In the city that never sleeps?
go. It does in fact sleep.
How can you tell? You telling me you go to sleep
Like-
in the city that
like
never sleeps?
I moved there with the impression of like I can just go get pho whenever I want. I can go. Everything's always
And
open.
pho
Yeah.
is code for no.
Soup. But it's like nope. Especially COVID really did a number on like that, all that as well. It's like okay, well everything closes.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it's funny when I have something to do in the morning. I'm like, I don't go to bed till like 3. But when it's like
Yeah.
my sleep schedule is off. Oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about I worked on a cruise ship.
What the fuck?
I
didn't know that.
So yeah, this was during New York times.
Yeah. So this was after COVID was over. I went back to the city.
Back to the city.
I was here for a little bit.
It called me back.
It called me back. It rang me. I went back and I did like one dance job, and I was trying to get my footing back of like the side jobs and like, you know,
The hustle.
the hustle. And my friend, we were just like going to all these auditions together because we didn't ever want to go alone because there's such a hassle. And we can circle back to that in a minute if we have time. But she was like the planner. She was like, all right, I have this calendar. Here are all the auditions. Like, you want to go to this one, whatever. And so there was one, she was like, oh, it's at like 7 p.m., which is usually not when they are. They're like at the butt crack of dawn, last all day. She's like, oh, this one's at like 7 p.m. I'm like, I love that. I'll be awake. What's it for? She's like, oh, it's for a cruise ship. And I was like, I hate boats. I do not want this job.
That's so funny.
I was like, I'll go with you for fun and to be moral support. I do not want this job.
That was like my dream job coming out of theater school.
And like, maybe I should have like not voiced that to the universe so loud that I didn't want this job. But like, I kept making it like after the first cut, after the second cut. And like we were like done at like 10:30 p.m. We were in like the final 8 of the night. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get this, please.
Yeah.
And about a month later, I was working at a really big venue. I don't know if I can say it. Where the Rockettes live.
Oh yeah.
They live in the basement.
That's half of the word.
Yeah. I was like, Sure.
Yeah.
Let's leave them anonymous.
So I
She didn't say which Rockettes.
they dance everywhere.
Yeah.
But I like went back to the dressing room. Like we had our little blazers, like taking off this uniform, and I like look at my phone, and it was like missed call, voicemail, and it wasn't like a 1-800 number, and I was like, what is this?
Mhm.
And I looked at the transcript, and I was like, oh no,
Oh, yeah, I read it.
no, it was the call. I called her back, and she was like, we'd love to offer you a spot on this like brand new ship. You're gonna be going to the Mediterranean.
That's fierce.
And she was like, do you have a passport? And I was like, no. Like I put that on my all the paperwork you fill out. I said, no, I don't have a passport.
Mhm.
And she was like, okay, well, you need to get one like yesterday. This
Yeah.
is December. I'm supposed to go to Orlando in January.
Yeah.
And I was like hyperventilating.
They'll expedite it for you though, which I'm sure you learned.
I even tried to get one of those emergency like in-person appointments.
Yeah.
And they were like, we only have Honolulu available. And I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I worked on a cruise ship for 2 different contracts. So the first one was like 5 months. The second
Work,
one was
bitch.
5 or 6. Combined about a year. I had I had a summer in between, but
That's so
That's
cool.
but
honestly.
that schedule is so weird because one night out of each cruise, the dancers of whatever show also have to be in like the nightclub equivalent and be like go-go dancers. So it's like, okay, so we're up till we're supposed to get off work at like 2-ish, and then it's like, okay, now we go eat dinner. So we're not in bed till like 4:30 a.m. So I feel like I'm so used to like this crazy
nocturnal life.
yes,
Yeah.
but that is not always helpful for a non-nocturnal life. So I feel like sometimes I find myself just being up late at night. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's very peaceful.
You're getting
All my friends in Austin were drag queens and they lived like that too.
But then
Right.
it's like, oh, my alarm is set for 7:30 because I have my side job at 9:45.
Oh yeah, like you're like working a job as well.
Yeah.
What was the show for the cruise ship?
So it's hard to explain. So like the cruise line I was on, we didn't do like we're gonna do this musical, and it wasn't like those like review sort of shows. It was kind of like performance art mixed with nightclub mixed with I don't know, it was very like New York. It was very Brooklyn. It was just like its own entity, and I can't even really explain it any other way. Like you kind of have to see it.
It's art.
But
it's art.
I thought it was
you gotta
like
see it.
it was like one of the most fulfilling shows like I've ever been a part of.
That's so cool.
And we did that twice a cruise. So we did like that twice, and we did like the nightclub thing, and then we had like one more ship-wide party dance thing we had to do. So that's what we did, and it was really fun. Like the show itself was really great.
Is it a family boat, or is it like
Adults.
See, that is sick.
Yeah.
Yes. No children.
Fuck kids.
Whoa.
I like if I ever got caught on a cruise with a bunch of fucking kids, I'd kill myself.
Please don't.
So yeah, that is awesome. That is like I didn't know that. I
didn't either.
I had no idea you did that.
Do either of you watch The Bachelorette?
Yeah.
That show.
I sure.
I'm so glad it
sure
is.
as fuck do.
Did you watch the season where there were 2 of them and they were on a boat?
I did not know they were on a boat, but I that is the season that escapes me. And I missed it, but I know who the 2 girls are.
Are you in it?
I watched
That was my home.
No shit.
The ship that they filmed that on, that network rented out that whole boat.
The network that hosts
Hey, I didn't
The
say it. I didn't say
Bachelorette.
Yeah.
They rented out the whole ship for a month. And we didn't have to do anything
Oh, that's fierce.
for a month, but we got paid.
Yeah.
And we
Fuck
were
yeah.
frolicking around Europe because, they would film their stuff in the specific country and whatever ports. And
y'all would dock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were 2 different times I'm actually an extra in the episodes.
No shit.
You can't see me though. I've tried. I tried. But
Yeah.
I was there for 2 of the like the group date, whatever
Nice.
things. But yeah, they would like park the boat. They were like, all right, we have 48 hours in this port in France.
See
Have
you in 2
fun.
days,
Just
yeah.
be back by 8 a.m. to check in. And if you want to leave again, you can.
Have somebody drag you back if you can't make it back on your
That's
own.
some
crazy.
wild stories.
Wow.
But
I'm so jealous.
I did a lot
in a
of-
healthy way.
I mean, there are obviously drawbacks to that kind of lifestyle. I won't go too in depth on those, but you know, you have to adjust.
Sure.
It's a whole different, like you're living out of a suitcase,
Yeah.
and your room's the size of a closet, and
You're
you're like,
living on a
wow,
boat.
I live underwater. I see no sun for how many hours a day?
Oh, because you're like part of the boat that's underwater.
yeah,
Part of
The-
the show.
I'm
The
above
underneath.
I'm above the engine.
Oh,
like,
that's crazy.
It's like, oh
And,
my
like,
god, I'm gonna
We're talking
die
like
down here.
below deck quarters, like
Mhm.
you and like a bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you have like I had a suite. We had 2 tiny rooms, and we had an adjoining bathroom, like a Jack
Mhm.
and Jill, and it's like they are doing their business like by your head,
Oh.
basically, and you just it's just how it is.
Pissing
Wow.
and shitting?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Pissing and shitting. We hit it.
You
We
get
did
any,
it.
You get any splash?
Oh
No.
my god.
The door was closed,
Okay,
thankfully.
cool. I just want to make
Thankfully.
sure.
You definitely smelled other people's poop though.
Yeah.
But I lucked out because both of my contracts.
just scoots right by it. But I
like-
looked out.
I lucked out because the person on the opposite cabin, they were both in my cast, so like I knew them, but they also got boyfriends while we were there,
Mhm.
so they would like more than likely be in.
The
Oh,
boy.
The boyfriend's
yeah,
cabin.
yeah, yeah.
So I was normally there by myself, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is so nice.
They were dropping group deuces together.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Like, do
If I was on a ship, I'd be shitting
But, like,
off
dancing-
the railing.
Dancing on a ship that teeter totters like this.
Teeter-totters.
Teeter-totters.
Teeter-totter.
Back in
She's from-
Texas
yeah, she's
now.
from New
you
York.
heard it. You
You
heard
fucking
it.
New York fraud.
You heard it here first.
You fucking-
I'm gonna get clowned when I get
You
back.
fraud.
Got 'em.
Fucking fraudulent. This is gotcha journalism right here. Teeter totter. So what you go down to Texas and you went teeter tottering? You went teeter tottering the whole time?
Yeah.
Did you get seasick?
Yes, that's why I didn't want to go because I've always had bad motion sickness, seasickness.
But you kept doing it.
Yeah.
But so you like it wasn't bad enough. Like it was a good enough gig that wasn't a problem.
Once you puke enough,
Yeah, you're
you
good.
get used to it.
Yeah.
The thing about
That's what I've
motion
always told
sickness is
myself.
I feel like people are making it up.
No. The first day, the very first day, I puked thrice, and I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
I was crying. I was so upset. I'm like, what did I sign myself up for?
Yep.
There was only a few rough days where it's like, okay, we're going through this. The Strait of Gibraltar. Have you heard of that shit?
I sure have.
It's
Yeah.
like
Biblical. Yeah.
the horizon was like, I was like, I can't do this. I like
That's cool.
actually can't do this.
crazy.
And they're like, oh, just like look out. I'm like, no, that makes it so much worse.
Focus at a spot on the horizon.
They're like, yeah, just stare at it and it's gonna like match. I was like, no.
I heard the ocean's dark as fuck at
It's
night.
scary.
Yeah.
You look out, you can't see where the sky
Yeah.
meets.
It just is like nothing.
That's like a Moana lyric, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Where's
In the sky,
It calls me.
It looks like you're floating in outer space out
Yeah.
there. You're like,
that's crazy. I see videos on TikTok that are like,
yo.
Yeah. Yep.
oh, the anchor high.
I'm like, there are mermaids out here.
yeah.
There's
There's
gotta
so many
be-
There's sirens.
Yeah.
There's fish ladies. So real quick.
Mhm.
So what are you doing now? Because you're no longer doing that.
No, I'm no longer doing that. Right now, aside from working my survival job, auditioning is like kind of you're a professional auditioner until you're not.
Sure,
Mhm.
sure.
I
What do you like to audition for?
so Broadway is the dream.
Sure.
I do have an agent now. Thank God.
That's fierce.
It's not
5%.
required to be successful.
Yeah.
but it helps.
Like, for example, like Broadway stuff, they will contact agencies. We're looking for this. Who do you have on your roster? Send that over. Okay, we want to see ABCDEFG,
Mm-hmm.
and then the agent will email you like, hey, this show wants to see you. So it's like a private audition, basically.
Yeah.
It's not like the open call where you gotta go put your name on a list, wait for all the equity girls to go.
Yeah.
So there have definitely been like really cool opportunities for like on that side of things that I've gotten seen for.
Amazing.
Other than like Broadway, I'm just like I'm down to clown for anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to do theme parks. I did theme parks like 1.5 contracts.
What do you mean, like where you're performing at a theme park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there, I auditioned for this one show that was at a theme park. This was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up going in to cover for someone towards the end of it. So I didn't do the whole contract.
Yeah.
And then after COVID, they were like, oh, you want to come back? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I re-auditioned, but I did like the whole contract. And it was really fun. It was a great experience, but that was hard.
I mean, Beyonce did theme parks too, so she was at Six Flags. So.
Period.
She was.
I'm still holding onto Steve Carell was a mailman.
Yeah, no, but for real.
Yeah. It's still work, you know.
And it's like the shows are shorter, but you're like dancing full out for that short amount of time. It's like it feels like a mile, and there's 4 shows a day,
and like greedy kids,
and
just
I'm
like do something.
And my knee, and my knees.
Back to my kid thing.
I'm like, my knees feel like they're 50 at this point.
Oh, I
it's
bet.
Like, ooh.
Oh
yeah, you're gonna be like Jerry Mack with like his second titanium knee.
Yeah, and I've already torn my meniscus. I've already had 2 foot surgeries. Like,
are you jumping on any of the ice bath train? Like everybody loves the ice plunges, cold plunges.
You know, if it's in front of me and available, sure. But I don't like lug ice home because I think it makes a huge difference.
Exactly.
I think there was like a PT somewhere that I was having knee issues, and I asked about that, and she was like, you know, you can do it, but she was like, whatever. I don't know. This is what she told me. I haven't checked her sources, but apparently like the cold of the ice doesn't penetrate as far down as like we feel it does.
Yeah.
Into the meat.
Yeah. It just kind of stays on the skin and like kind of a little under, but it doesn't really like.
I feel like Instagram fitness people just want like the video of them like emerging
and
with like
their
nipples
are
100%.
I'm sure it's great for like.
We're on the same page.
Mitchell and I, we haven't stopped thinking about cold hard nipples.
I've literally never had a day that went by that I didn't at least think about them once.
Cold hard nipples.
Flag pulls up, ladies. Have y'all seen Showgirls? Anyways.
No, I'm sorry.
Bitch, you're a dancer.
I'm busy.
You're like, I'm booked.
I wish.
You know what I think would be fierce for a hip hop dancer? Really is like an old Navy commercial. Like, you know
I was talking about the most recent like holiday one that just came out.
Yeah.
There's this like kid dancers in it. His name's like Brody. I'm sure you might have come across his videos before. I'm sure it will now that your phones probably hear me.
Yeah.
And there's like a couple other dancers. Long story short, even those commercials, there are rounds of auditions for those.
Yeah.
I had an audition for, I forgot what it was for. It was for a commercial. And I was just like, I sent in like my self-tape and and it was like an immediate, I was like, I'm not booking this. But the fact that like, there's like 3 or more rounds, even for like 0.5 seconds of you just like,
just like 50% off sweaters.
And then you go to Thanksgiving like, why aren't you on Broadway? And I'm like,
I'm fighting tooth and nail for a Colgate commercial, bitch.
I'm like, if we get seen, that's the win.
100%.
That is truly the win.
No, yeah. The cruise ship is amazing too. Like those are sought after gigs.
Yeah, the money's good too.
Yeah. Do you get like a per diem?
It's like you get
free snacks.
Free food. Free snacks.
That's essentially a per diem.
Yeah. We got paid.
As good as cash in these parts.
We got paid once a month, but it was like a big fat lump sum, and then you're like,
and you go blow it at port. 100%.
I blew it at like the thrift stores.
Yeah.
And Sephora.
There's a lot of blowing
Yeah.
at ports, I tell you. I got 2 quick questions,
Yes.
Cam, and then we will wrap this up for you.
Mhm.
I gotta ask because you probably won't be back for a while, unless we do like a Zoom thing, which I'm working on.
Is that a threat?
Yeah,
I will find you
but unless we
and
do,
kill you.
but if you were in a battle royale style situation,
hmm
50 people, ages 18 and up, randomly selected from all over the world, you get one weapon. It's a melee weapon. It is not ranged, no bow and arrow, no guns,
Mhm.
nothing. And you have to try to be the last person standing. What do you choose as your weapon
Oh God.
in an arena style Coliseum
I
situation?
don't even know if I would try.
Sure.
But okay, if I had to pick a weapon,
If
okay.
you had to pick one, because you know you're not gonna try what yada. Like
Mhm.
but you get one.
I'd say machete.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
that's horrible.
You want to hurt people. You don't just want to kill them. I want to hurt them.
I'm gonna take a chunk
Yeah.
out of
I'm
somebody.
just gonna spin in a circle with it out.
Machetes are so scary.
Yeah.
You're not gonna die, but you are gonna lose that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's coming home with me.
You're coming home with me.
I got new wall art. Okay, so that's disgusting. The other question is, and this is I wrote this in a fucking haze.
I'm scared.
What was the last incident where something happened to you at like a dinner or a meeting or something where you were definitely not comfortable explaining to the people that are present what happened, and you just have to hide it? Like, I'm talking, for instance, you shit your pants. And you're with people that you are not comfortable telling that happened to. Like, you know what I mean?
When was the last time you shit your pants?
I think it was 11.
Metaphorically.
If I shit my pants with my friends, I'd be like, guys, let me level with you.
I shit my
Something
pants.
happened.
100%.
But,
and I was with people that.
Yeah, maybe in a professional setting, and you're just like, oh my God, I just like chipped a tooth. I just
I'm
something
sure
really happened. You have to like go and hide it. You have to go to the bathroom and you gotta dry your drawers on the fucking
I'm sure there's
hand
one.
dryer. You know what I'm talking about, guys?
Yeah, I
All
know
right,
that.
thank you. I'm not crazy.
It's like a Looney Tunes ass situation.
I'm sure there's one that's far more recent than the one I'm going to tell. This is just the first one that came to mind.
Okay.
It was for my grandmother's 80th birthday. This was years ago. I think I was like 12. She's no longer with us. RIP. Yeah. But for her 80th birthday, because she was starting to lose her memory and whatnot, we were like, we're going to throw a big party for her now. So it was this big party, and my mom being like a semi-dance mom, it's like, I want you to do a dance for your grandma at this birthday party. Actually, I think we did 2 dances.
Yeah.
Jordan choreographed both of them.
Bears.
She was the choreographer out of the 2 of us growing up. But anyways, so it was like a Roaring 20s themed party. I guess she was born in the 20s. Question mark.
Yeah. Wow. Jesus. Okay,
So
nice.
anyway, we were like, okay, we'll do a little tap number, right? I got nosebleeds as a kid. Pretty bad. I'm setting the scene.
Yeah.
So we're at this like church hall, and it's full of just like elderly, everyone in between. And
instead of blood, it was piss out of my nose. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
So we were about to like do our little tap number. I'm pretty sure it was to like Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, even though I'm not sure that song was from the 20s, but we won't go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So we were like doing the dance, and there's like a few parts where there's like, it's not proper swing dancing, but when you go like out
Like
and
out
in,
and in, yeah.
It was cute. That was the time my nose was like, we're gonna have a nosebleed right now in front of all these people.
Oh my God.
So every time we like went backwards, I went to suck it back up the nose. But then after that, we had some sort of like turn section, like
Yeah.
you know, the centripetal? Is that the word?
Centrifugal force.
Yeah.
The centripetal force.
This is exactly what I was imagining when you said this. You're about to sling blood all over people. This is exactly the reason I started giggling is because I imagined this in my head already.
Yes.
So what if I Beybladed my nose?
Yes, that's insane.
Eyes closed, just swinging. I don't know who it landed on. I don't know where it landed. I would say there's probably a good like 4 or 5 droplets that just ricocheted out.
Just like
yeah, and the tablecloths were white, so like I don't know where it landed. Truthfully,
Sprinkled.
That's
Sprinkler
amazing.
spread.
That truly is a worst case scenario because that's what I was thinking in my head as a worst case scenario. That's
pretty
crazy.
Man.
yeah, that was
Do you have any
fun.
stories that are like not disgusting? We talk about like rats and blood.
Both of those prompted by us.
Vomit.
The literal prompt was like, tell me about something disgusting.
It's like shitting your pants.
Tell me the last time you shat your pants at Thanksgiving.
And then I flip for the clip. I flip it on him, just like, wow, you're disgusting.
That's fucking gross.
It was already like an insane question, and then making people answering it and be like, ew.
Oh,
So
That's good.
I really like to like, you know, put people in horrible situations on this show.
Oh, it's fun.
Thank you so much, Cam, for being here, coming and do this. I know, you know, your time is precious. You're obviously a very busy person. Is there anything you want to say before you leave? Anything you want to plug? Anything you're doing? Follow her on Instagram. She's got awesome, you know, dance videos. Where else do you like to post?
I mean, Instagram is like mainly where I'm at.
Yeah.
I have the occasional aunt who's like, "Why don't you put anything on Facebook?" I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Right.
But my Instagram is my name, just Cam Gradel, all one word.
Awesome.
I put a lot of my dance stuff there. I don't have anything coming yet, but when I do, it'll be on my Instagram.
Check out The Bachelorette when you have 2 bachelorettes. What were their names? Oh my god, I know.
And just know that Cam is there.
She's just there behind the
Yes.
scenes.
I'm there.
right next to the engine.
Trust me.
They're like little like Titanic caps,
Yeah.
like shoveling
Yeah.
coal. That's awesome.
Yeah, but no, 2025, I'm manifesting. I think last year my New Year's resolution was like, we're gonna book 3 dance jobs. I think this year we did like 5 or 6.
Woo!
That's
So this coming year, I'm gonna say,
Sorry,
yeah.
go for it.
this year I'm gonna set it. We'll say 5 to be safe. This year we're gonna be doing 5 paid dance things,
Period.
and
100%.
we're gonna try and like beat it though.
I'm manifesting a clothing commercial for you.
Thank you.
I see that in your future,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't wait. You know,
I want to be
leggings this year.
with a nice little wink. To the
Slide
front.
into spring. You know?
I'm gonna also manifest while we're here. I'm gonna manifest next year's Macy's parade,
100%.
maybe even the VMAs next year.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
we're gonna circle back, see if it happens.
I
See if it
absolutely.
happens, folks.
This will be like your Billy interview where they do it every year. You know what I'm talking about? Billie
yeah, with
Eilish
some yes,
with Vanity Fair.
and then
This
like
is
the
just like
cropped
Vanity Fair.
the cropped version will have some sort of like do do do
Yeah.
like
and we'll put like the stats. Yes,
like,
exactly.
oh my gosh, you made it.
And we'll be crying.
Yes.
That's gonna be awesome.
Well, me and Eric will be dead, but
I will be dead. Yeah. Nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chronic
He
nosebleeds
shit his pants to death.
from the rats.
That was
Thank
good.
you so much, Cam, for being here. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Mitch, for being here as well.
Welcome.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. And good night.
Oh wait.
This goes hard.
Honestly.